Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, children.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you all?
Alhamdulillah, we are fine.
So, do you know what I'm telling you the story of today?
Abraha.
Yes, I'm going to tell you this.
And which story?
It's the story of Abraha, the bad king, when he attacks the kaaba. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
So let's start. The second one, it's called the Kaaba, the diamond of the world. And this is where the story of Abraha starts. Let's start. So this is our picture. The beautiful picture of the Kaaba. Do you guys like the picture?
Yeah.
Super beautiful. Okay, let's start. So the story starts. Now, it was close to the time for the appearance of our prophet. Remember in the first one? We read that our special prophet was coming to the world. Yeah, there's going to be elephants too. The ruler of Mecca was... Who was the ruler of Mecca? Muttalib, yeah. And a descendant of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and soon to be the grandfather of our prophet. He loved the Kaaba very much and did everything in his power to protect it. He was a great host for those who came to go several times around the Kaaba. It was a sacred for many people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had asked who to build the Kaaba?
Ibrahim and his son Ismail.
Yes, very good. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had asked the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail alayhi salam. Joe, what are you doing?
Like this.
Okay, listen carefully. Because later I'm going to ask you some questions. Or in the middle, maybe. To build the Kaaba, he told them that this holy place was a place for gathering and a place of worship. He asked them to invite people to go on a pilgrimage to the Kaaba, to do Hajj, or to do the rounds around. So the pilgrimage became a special religious visit related to the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Since then, people had held the Kaaba in great esteem, but they forgot the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam and became to worship idols. Remember at that time, around the Kaaba and inside the Kaaba, there were so many different idols?
Yeah.
Still, they respected the Kaaba itself. So they respected the Kaaba, but they forgot their religion and they started to worship the idols. Remember last time we told what idols were?
Yeah.
They were like little toys, figures, we can say. Okay. Large crowds who traveled from faraway places came to visit the Kaaba at Mecca. But the great interest shown by those who loved the Kaaba bothered some evil people. At the head of the people who hated the Kaaba was?
The bad king Abraham.
Yeah. Later I'm going to ask you too because you don't need to tell me too. And he was the ruler of Yemen. Abraha wanted to stop the people from visiting the Kaaba. So he made a great temple and covered it with gold. Then he invited people to his temple. He wanted his temple to be the central of shine, instead of the Kaaba. He wanted all the people to come to his temple and worship and not to go to the Kaaba. He wanted his temple to be famous. Okay? But the shrines were special places related to some godly people, but not to prophets. A long time passed, but not many people came to his temple. So Abraha became very angry and decided to destroy the Kaaba. He quickly started making preparations. He wanted to destroy the Kaaba. And the third one is the owner of the Kaaba. And here we can see the picture of the elephant, and that looks like where Abraha is. So, do you guys know why it's related with the elephants? Well, I'll tell you. To destroy the Kaaba, Abraha put together a large army. One morning, he set out for Mecca with his army. In Abraha's army, there were giant elephants. He ordered from faraway places and the like of which Meccans had never seen in their lives. Abraha clothed them in colorful fabrics. So as you can see right there, the picture, they have like beautiful type of like fabric clothes or something like that. Okay. The strongest of them was a huge elephant. He called it Mahmud. Mahmud was leading the rest of the army, shaking the earth as it walked. That means he shook the earth, so he was so big. Abraha was sure that in one attempt, Mahmud would destroy the Kaaba. When the army approached Mecca, a group of soldiers seized the belongings of the Meccans. Among the properties plundered by Abraha's soldiers, there were 200 camels belonging to Abdul Muttalib. So when they arrived, the soldiers took some things of the Meccan people, and in that there were 200 camels that were Abdul Muttalib. Yeah, okay. From a nearby hillside, they were able to see the Kaaba like a shiny diamond. Before entering the city, Abraha wanted to see the leader of the leader of Mecca. For this reason, he sent for Abdul Muttalib. He told him that he had come only to destroy the Kaaba, and if no one offered resistance, no bloodshed would take place. Later, he asked him if he wanted anything from him. Abdul Muttalib replied, "Your soldiers grabbed 200 of my camels. I want them to be returned to." Abraha was surprised at this response. He said, "I would have expected you to ask me to not destroy the Kaaba, but I see now that you are only after your own camels. I had really thought highly of you. I realize now that I had mistaken about your character as a respected ruler." Abdul Muttalib answered, "I am the owner of the camels and have the responsibility to protect them. As for the owner of the Kaaba, it is Allah Himself, and He will surely protect it." At this answer, Abraha went into a rage. He screamed, "He will not be able to defend it against me." Abdul Muttalib shouted back, "We shall wait and see." He got his camels back and returned to Mecca with them. Going straight to the Kaaba, he prayed, "My Lord, your servant protected his own property. Now it is your turn to protect that belongs to you." After this, he told the people of Mecca to leave the city, and he himself left with them and climbed a hill to have a bird's eye view of Mecca. They would follow all that would happen from there. So, in the third one, what is saying, so the soldiers took Abdul Muttalib's camels, the 200 camels. So, Abraha thought that Abdul Muttalib would come and tell him, "Please don't destroy the Kaaba," or something like that, that he would try to stop him. But Abdul Muttalib said he wanted his camels back, because what did Abdul Muttalib say? He said, "I am the owner of the camels, and the owner of the Kaaba is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I have to protect my camels, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect his Kaaba." But Abraha said, "No way, he won't be able to, but let's see." The birds of Ababil. Abraha thought there were no longer any barrier between him and the destruction of the Kaaba. So he thought he was going to destroy the Kaaba. Without losing any time, he gave his army the order to march. At that very moment, Mahmud, the giant elephant that Abraha trusted so much, knelt down and sat on the ground. So the elephant stopped and sat on the ground. The soldiers tried very hard to get Mahmud to stand up, but it was no use. When they tried to face the army towards Yemen, he was getting up, but as soon as they tried to turn it towards the Kaaba, he knelt down again. So do you know what this means? Allah ordered the elephant to stop and not to destroy the Kaaba. Okay, where are we? But nothing worked. While Abraha and his army were busy trying to get Mahmud to walk towards the Kaaba, an unusual event took place. All of a sudden, a cloud of birds hovered above the army. They were the birds of Ababil, and each one of them was carrying small pebbles in its beak and claws. They were carrying small little stones. So in this one, as you can see, there's a picture of a bird right there. So So the birds of Ababil, it was a whole army of birds of Ababil, and they had 3 stones, like 3 mini stones. They weren't that big. One in their mouth and 2 in their feet or hands. Okay? There were the birds of Ababil, and each one of them carrying small pebbles in its beak and claws. It was strange. They were acting as if they had an order from one and the same source. So they was like strange. It looked like they had an order from someone. Who was that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered those birds or sent those birds to destroy the army. Okay? All at once, they dropped the claw stones on Abraha's soldiers. As soon as the soldier was hit, he fell to the ground, and Abraha was in shock. So as soon as the little stone touched a soldier, it cut his whole body, and they died all of a sudden. Together with a few soldiers, he began running away. But while he was running, a few pebbles hit him, and he fell too. These tiny birds had destroyed a mighty army. So do you see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected the Kaaba?
Yeah.
He sent these small little birds with small stones. But as the stone touched the soldier or the elephant, they cut immediately. It was like a big, sword falling or something like that. We don't know what it was. It was like as the stones were in fire or something. It cut immediately and they died.
That's a big height.
Yeah. Because Allah saved the most precious diamond on earth. So did you like the story of Abraha? Yeah. So now I'm going to ask you some questions to see if you understood. Okay. So who hated the Kaaba the most? Who was it?
Abraha.
Yeah, Abraha hated the Kaaba the most. And what did he make at first? What did he make? What did he make? So people could come to his? What did he make?
Temple.
Yeah, he made a temple. Very good. And what did he cover the temple with?
Gold.
No, Ajwa knows. Okay?
Golden.
Yeah, gold with gold. But did people come to his temple? No, they still came to the Kaaba, didn't they? So then, what did he do? Who can tell me? What did he do? When he saw no people was coming, what did he do?
He went with an army to destroy the Kaaba.
Yeah, he wanted to destroy the Kaaba. And did he destroy the Kaaba?
No.
What happened? What did Allah Ta'ala do?
The birds come and stone in sky and fall.
Yeah, the birds came with little stones. And what happened to the army?
And they cut.
Ajwa can tell.
Cut chest and cut and die.
And they died. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved the Kaaba. Did you all like the story of Abraham?
Yes.
Yeah? And you know what's the year called of when Prophet Muhammad was born?
Yes.
Abdullah can tell.
The month of
the year of the
elephant.
Yeah, why? Because of this story, okay? So Abdullah learned this question, and now you know why. It was because of the elephants. You know, they came with the elephants to destroy the Kaaba, but they didn't. And that was a warning for the whole world to not try to destroy the Kaaba and not to do anything to that place. So the whole world taken now. They're all scared because after that, who would try to destroy the Kaaba anymore? They know that there is an owner of that Kaaba that won't let anyone destroy it. So yeah, this was the story for today. Yes?
Yeah.
What do you want to say? You can tell me. Okay, so do you guys love it?
Yeah.
And inshallah, next time we will read the birth of the Prophet, okay? Are you guys excited?
Yeah. Yes.
So see you next time, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.